Today I'm going to give you guys the most unique and adaptable coverage in all of Madden 24. It is a cross-man defense where we can man up any two players on the field and totally eliminate them and wipe them out from the play. This allows you to target the offense's best player or their most common go-to route and just completely take it away. Then around the man coverage, we still have our other defenders in zone that will help take away the rest of the offensive players on the field, and this will be just something your opponent will have not faced before, so they're going to have a super tough time getting anything going against it. Now, this whole scheme is going to be run out of nickel wide, and it can be found in all of these playbooks. Now, for this cross-man defense, these will be our coaching adjustments. Here we want to turn auto alignment to base, and I like to turn auto flip off, then keep match coverage off. Then you want to set your nickel wide audibles up like this. Now, to set this all up, we want to come out nickel 2 trap in nickel wide, and at the line audible over to cover 3 buzz seam. Now, when we start nickel 2 trap, this is going to have one of our linebackers auto walk down on the line, and this is just going to really help with the blitzes that we have in this scheme, and those are going to be broken down on my website, Scheme Kings. But now we want to set up our man coverage on this play. So we want to take the safety who's in a hook, and we can man him up on any player on the field. Then same with the linebacker who's down on the line. Now he can be manned up on anyone. So after we man both these players up, we want to show blitz, and this will bring our safety down in the box, and this will give us a single high look on top. Then this will look the same pre-snap as the rest of the blitzes for our scheme. Now we're going to have two different ways that we can man players up, and the first is cross man. This is where we will man players up on the opposite side of the field from our defender. So that will usually be the 2 slots in 2x2 sets. This is perfect for when these players run across the field on deep crosses or slants. Now they're going to be running towards the defender on the opposite side of the field, and now it's going to be super easy for the man defender to run with these players and can just totally take these routes away. The other type will be straight up man. This is where you would man up the players on the same side as your defender in coverage. This is best to take away vertical routes to that side. So if it's 4 verts straight up the field or a vertical route from the slot, then he's just going to run with him step for step and shut these down. Or if it's something like flood where there's going to be a slot running a corner route, now your man coverage can just run with him and take that route away as well. Now for most formations, you want to man up the inside players, so either the slots or tight end. This is because these players can go both inside and outside with their routes, and most Madden players tend to target the inside players more, so being able to take them away is one of the things that makes this coverage so great. Now on this play, we'll be using the high safety. So now our job is to play the deep middle, and if we see anyone come free, then we'll just pick it up, and we don't want to let anyone get deep in behind us over the middle. Then if we see everyone is locked down deep, we can actually get aggressive shallower over the middle and step up and make plays on open receivers, and you can just have a ton of freedom to make a ton of plays on the football. All right, so here we are getting into some game film, breaking down me using these cross man, man zone hybrid defense. So to start off right here, they're in a tight formation. One of the things I love about playing this coverage style is it can literally adapt to any formation, any scheme, anything your opponent is throwing your way. So usually if I'm playing someone in a tight set, they want to run a lot of corner routes, deep out routes to the sideline. I'm going to man up the 2 inside slots. It's actually kind of like a split close. So man up this slot here, man up this, and this is what I would consider a straight up man, where we're not trying to cross man across the field, but let these guys just man up straight up and down. So now we're going to see these players get matched up the field. So they run a corner route here, man coverage. They run a corner out to this side with man coverage. They try to run a clear out here, and it becomes double coverage in along the sideline. Our guy jumps up. We honestly should have picked it on that corner out. But there you can see we just man up those players. Here's a trips look, and this is what I would consider more of, still a straight up man look. Now here though, whenever I'm running against a trips look, I like to man up the 2 inside slots, and that's basically because these guys can run in, out, deep, in, out, deep, where these outside receivers really can just run in or up. And if they run, or they could run out. Now, if they run out, they're going to be going right to the flat defenders. If they run deep, they're going right to our deep zone. So the really only thing we got to worry about is if they run a post or anything to the middle. You can man these players up if, let's say, they just kept running a post with this backside solo receiver. Of course, you can man them up and take them away. But for baseline, I like to man up these middle players. And as the user, I'm just really looking for the most dangerous player running deep. Now, I see we manned up these these two inside players, and we get this crosser going here, and then we get a vertical route like this. Now I see the crosser has a step on this guy, so I'm going to help as the user. Then this vertical route, we have this guy running pretty much step for step. So as the user, I'm actually going to come off that, let this guy just take the vertical. He runs with him step for step in man coverage, jumps up and picks it off, and now we can get kind of busy with the return. And the reason why this is so good too, guys, people are not used to seeing it. We have no pre-snap tells. They don't know we're manning up players, and it just makes it really difficult to attack. Then if you want to take this defense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now is a blitzing mini scheme for this cross man defense. It'll also be run out of nickel wide, so it'll give you 3 great blitzes you can run with this cross man. And if you want to use this coverage, it is just going to make this whole defense so much better, allowing you the ability to get a ton of pressure and make some big plays. Then also in the video on the site, I break down the personnel I recommend for this defense, so you can make sure you use this cross man to its full potential. Then also on the site, you can find my 5 other full schemes that are out so far for Madden 24, with my Ravens attacking defense, my NFL spread offensive scheme, my Georgia Bulldogs match-based D, plus my wide zone offense and my NFL Mount Rushmore scheme. Then you can also get access to my playbooks on Scheme Kings, which are full written breakdowns for my schemes. I believe between Madden 23 and Madden 24, I have about 11 out so far, with my newest being my Ravens attacking defense that is 44 pages long, and it is going to make it so much easier to run each one of my schemes and make them that much more effective. Now, if you want to check out Scheme Kings, it will be linked down in the description below. Now, here is where we get into more of the cross man. So that means we are manning up this player across the field on this slot, then we're using our linebacker on this tight end. Now, where we really want to use these is when they're running crossers, posts, digs, drags, anything across the field. Now, when this guy runs his route, he's going to be running into our player, and he can just turn and just take this route. So I want you to watch this player here. As the user, we're going to use this high safety, but watch this route. He's running this crosser right into our player that's also going to be coming into the help. So that's going to be taken away there. Then as the user, I'm trying to get pretty aggressive in the middle of the field. And we got to remember, okay, it looks like this player is kind of open deep, but we have our deep third defender here who does a really good job of staying over top of both these guys. So even though I don't actually take it with my, deep middle defender, I'm helping over the middle. This guy's able to come across, he kind of lays that ball up, and we're able to pick it off and go the other way. Okay, here's another one where we're running the cross man. So this guy's going to be on the tight end. This guy's going to be on the slot, and watch the slot once again. So watch this slot here. He's going to get upfield, and he's going to run that deep crosser post right into our player, right? Like he's just running right into him. Then look at the tight end here underneath. He's running right into our help. So now both these routes are taken away by our cross man. I'm not going to let this guy try to hit this one deep here. So he has literally nowhere to go. I take that route. He tries to throw it into double coverage down the field. We get up and we get the knockdown right there using our cross man. Now, next one here, we're doing our cross man again. So tight end, we're going to man up crosser here. Now, as a user, like I said, I want to be really aggressive. So he has this in-breaking route. When I'm in the middle of the field here, so we have the corner route manned up, taken away. I'm playing the middle of the field, and I do have the deep responsibilities, but if they don't send anyone deep down the middle, I'm completely free. He has 3 shallow routes attacking the middle. So I'm just going to break on the football, come down hard, and I step in front and pick this football off. I'm going to do this a ton unless I have something. So we have the tight formation. We have the inside slot here manned up in this player. As a user, we had a hard play action fake. We have this player manned up, and I have nothing taking me deep in the middle. There's nothing going vertical here. So I'm going to come off that and get aggressive coming downhill. I see this crosser coming across the field. We have our flats going to jump down on this guy. So I see the crosser just open. There's no reason for me to stay up here. So I'm going to get super aggressive, just step in front of this crosser, and we take it, we pick it off. So I'm going from the middle, deep middle to taking that ball away. Here, you can even use this in the red zone if you want. So we have this player manned up in the tight end. So if I see those players both break out, so we take both corner routes are manned up, going to the outside plus. So we have basically everything outside covered, but we have a drag and a running back Texas in the middle. But what do I have as my user? I have nothing. Obviously we're in the red zone, but I have nothing taking me deep. So we are just going to be playing over the middle. I see him try to throw this Texas route in, and we just pick him off and we go the other way with the ball. So getting super aggressive with our user is going to be an added bonus. Here we're running crossman again. Now, one other thing I wanted to touch on, guys, was our abilities we're using on our 2 corners. Now, if you check out Scheme Kings, I'm going to do a deeper dive into all the abilities I use and stuff, but just for this. For our outside corners and also my user, I am using deep out KO or deep zone KO. And that is just going to be a really big bonus for these guys in these outside zones, because now even if people do get in behind us or they get a step, so we get a crosser here, I came down super aggressive with my user to try to take away some of these underneath routes. I didn't really see anything pressure me deep. He has 2 vertical routes going right at our corner. Now this one, he does a better job of pass leading inside than the one we seen earlier where our corner is able to pick it off. But we have deep out KO, or we have deep zone KO on this player, and once he gets to the catch point, it's going to activate. He tries to push it down the field, dropped football because we're there at the catch point. So here's another cross man. In the middle of the field is the user. You look at him try to run this deep in cut. That's taken away. As my user, I see this vertical route. Then he tries to throw this corner route on the outside. We have deep out KO. Activate right here, and we get the knockouts. That is another huge bonus. Then the other thing we got to be cognizant of, guys, and just be aware is this is still a 4-man pass rush. So even if we don't get home, we're still rushing 4. Here he's blocking 6, but look at our coverage on the back end. There is absolutely nothing there, nothing open. He has to hold the ball here on 3rd and 10, and we get a coverage sack. So coverage sacks are going to be very, very viable in this, and you're going to actually rack up a ton of them where guys are just forced to hold the ball because nothing comes open. It's a unique coverage. Look at this. There's nothing open. There's a hook right here, and I shoot down because I see nothing deep. Right here, there is absolutely nothing open, is completely bagged, and our D end is able to eventually break free. So even though we're not going to get a huge pass rush, only rushing 4, because the coverage can be so locked down on the back end, that can let that 4-man pass rush get to the QB. Now this crossman defense is going to work great for you, but remember, there is also part 2 of this scheme up right now on Scheme Kings that is going to give you 3 more blitzes that you can pair with this defense. But then to be a balanced Madden player, you also need to be able to move the ball on offense and score points. And I just dropped one of the most explosive passing offenses in all of Madden with my new empty offense. And if you want to throw the ball all over the yard, then you need to check out this video right here.